Okay, so I think this is how we're going to begin our next episode. We actually have a vacation planned, and we're going to spend the whole week down on Cape Cod, actually a little more than a week, coming up in a few weeks. One night we're going to be going out to Nantucket and spending the day there, spending overnight, and then spending the next day there, just me and my wife, and just kind of a getaway type thing. But other than that, there's going to be a whole lot of time, and we're going to be doing aboard Little Girl. And one of the things I'm definitely going to be doing is trying to resolve everything at the back of the cockpit there with that fiberglass piece that was cut out. I keep saying that it's because the guy wanted to keep that engine, and I think that's right. But anyway, one way or the other, that's going to be resolved. And one of the things I'm going to do is to make wood trim pieces that are going to pretty much match the lazarette arc that's at the very back of the boat there. And everything is going to be really matched up nicely with some Meranti, which is a type of mahogany. And anyway, so that's what I'm going to do right now, is go ahead and thin that down. The other, that piece of Meranti I did, the whole arc was done on a bandsaw. Oh, good grief, probably 2 years ago. Two Christmases ago, I guess it was. But in the meantime, I'm not going to mess with setting up the bandsaw right now. I'm going to just go ahead and rip this on my table saw and get that going. At least these two trim pieces are going to be all pre-cut, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll custom fit them as needed when we get down to the Cape. So with that, onto the table saw. The width, estimating, because I don't have my original arc that I cut for the back of the lazarette here, but I know about what the thickness was, and so I cut from the inside of the tooth here to the fence, and that's just about the same thickness that I had for the for that arc, for that trim piece that goes on the back of the boat. Anyway, so that being said, I've got the table saw up almost at full extension, and I also used a square and made sure that we're absolutely perpendicular to the surface here, so we get a good straight rip all the way down the length. This is what the Meranti I'm going to be using. Actually, I'm probably going to do this piece and this other piece over here, which is wider. So, all right, get going on this, and we'll, as the old saying goes, let her rip. Okay, so this came out just about dead on perfect. This is, I swear, is just virtually identical to the width of the to that arc that I cut that goes across the back of the boat, and it's good enough. The problem is it's tough to guesstimate, widths, how wide you need your material here in Vermont when you don't have to check it on against the back of the cockpit. And so I'm going to just rip a bunch of this stuff and get it all ready, and we'll check it when we get down there and just use what we need. But anyway, that came out really good. This, I'm going to go take a look at some pictures of the back of the cockpit that I have, and just check it and make sure if I need this full width, or if I can go ahead and rip some more of at this width instead of the full width. Frankly, this is a good blade, but when you're ripping mahogany, ripping Meranti, man, it just it kind of torques it a bit, kind of puts a strain on it, and really wish I had a new blade for this. Anyway, all right, got to get going. I'm going to go check those pictures, and then I'll be back, and I'll be doing ripping the rest of this stuff and preparing it for our trip to the Cape. Okay, well, I got these done. I began because I wanted to be able to rip this in just 2 runs. And so I went ahead and cut this piece off so that my blade depth would get the whole width here. Do one, then flip it over and do the other. Anyway, so I've got these 2 pieces, one about a little over 2 feet long, and this one about 18 inches. And those will certainly do the job for what I need to do there at the back of the cockpit. This piece that I cut off over here, I've been thinking about doing a towel bar for the next to the galley sink. low on the priority list. The main thing is get this boat ready for the water, and this goes along with trying to get the the Traveler installed. I want to go ahead and get that fiberglass piece back in place and get it trimmed out with some mahogany and make it look nice. Okay, next thing, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but nice thin piece. This is what I cut off from this, and basically you could do a nice little nameplate, you know, wood burning type stuff, but that's for another time. We'll just hang on to those and we'll use them when we get to it. So, all right, those two pieces are ready to go to the Cape, and looking forward to a week of vacation and getting a whole bunch done aboard Little Girl. Okay, all you faithful patrons of Restoring Little Girl, here is a wrap-up for a very, very short Restoring Little Girl episode. I already did a couple of segments, and that's going to get the thing started. But I'm going to wrap this up right now because we're going to be heading down to the Cape as of tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be gone for a full week. I'm going to be shooting all week long, including some footage of maybe going out to Nantucket on the ferry, and my brother and I getting a sail in. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is show you, quote unquote, the gathering. This is all the stuff I'm going to be, that I'm putting together, and it's all going to go in the car because, you know, when you're going to be gone for a whole week and trying to get stuff done on the boat, man, you don't want to forget anything. So anyway, I'm going to turn this around, show you what I got going here, and we'll kind of take it from there. Okay, the first thing, right here on top of my toolbox, this is the equipment for doing the winches. After doing a bunch of research, I found out that I indeed can get some lubricant down in there to open up those screws that take the top of the winch right off, the whole hub of it. And the other part of it is right here. A big old honking 12-inch open and adjustable wrench, and between that and the winch handle itself, which acts as a monster screwdriver in the top of it, I think those two, with what I've researched, I think I will be able to get them open this time, and I'm going to get those things open, cleaned up, and completely reconditioned while I'm on the Cape. That's a biggie, and it's one of the main things I want to get accomplished. Also, I have gone down there without taking my video equipment before. I'm not doing it this time. I've got both my tripod and my clamp unipod here, which I love that thing. I can put it just about anywhere and use it. I got the wood that I cut. This in the first segment that we did here. I've got my bag with my new... Well, I'm not going to get it out of here, but this is my carry-on bag that I carry a bunch of stuff for the boat. I just kind of chuck it all in there, including sandpaper and steel wool and all that kind of good stuff. But it also has, sorry about that. I stopped and got it out anyway. This is my brand new chrome-plated bronze turnbuckle that's going to go up in the bow. And I'm going to be overhauling all the turnbuckles on the boat, including brand new cotter pins. So that's a biggie. And anyway, that's one of the items that's in my carry-on bag. All right. Next, like I said, the wood that I cut. I got my equipment for video work right here, the tripod, etc. Okay. This bag contains all or most of all the What's New corner. Okay, we got that and some more bag stuff in that other bag over there. My drill. Anyway, just a whole bunch of stuff. And last but far from least is the list. And anyway, that being said, this pretty much wraps up this video. This afternoon, aside from trying to get ready for Sunday, I've already studied my Bible class, but I got to go finish working on my sermon. All this stuff is going in the car, including the table saw. Listen, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. It's kind of a weird, short Restoring Little Girl, but I want to get this one in and out there before we head to the Cape and get a whole week's worth of stuff. And by the time I get back from the Cape, I'll probably have 2 or 3 that we're going to be doing. So as I started to say, I turned it around. As I started to say, by the time we get back from the Cape, I'll probably have at least 2 or 3 videos coming out after that, because I'm going to hopefully get so much accomplished while I'm down there. One thing that is really, really good news, the weather looks absolutely perfect all the way through the week, right into Sunday, maybe even Monday, and we're not going to probably be coming back until next Tuesday or Wednesday morning. So got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to get accomplished. So, hey, like I said, welcome to Restoring Little Girl. I'm glad you stopped by, and we'll let this be the wrap on it, and we'll get this one out there on the internet, and hope you enjoy this, and keep everybody up to date on what we're doing, and just kind of, I'm praying for really good weather and lots to get accomplished this week. Hey, take care. Have a good one.